YouTube and everybody on YouTube. Oh boy, trying to stay consistent. It's a rough thing when you're not a consistent person. But I'm working on it and trying. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? Hey, got a surprise for you. Just look down here. Look at it. I've got some sprouts. I'm gonna start me a little YouTube channel, Garden Trucker. They look to be the cutest little freaking things. Oh my god. That is freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome. I might run the heat today. Gotta warm them up. Just saying. Let's cover these guys back up. Switch them around. I'm moving the container around. Because I always get the cheap one. You know, always get the cheap one. Yeah, exactly. I got me a good road friend, but the top container is so freaking cheap that I gotta. That's the sad part. It's so cheap. I gotta duct tape it closed, and it still won't close. I mean, if you're gonna make something, look, hey man, make it work for a little bit. It didn't even work from day one. For Pete's sake, that's that's the crazy part. I'm spazzing out about my daggone tax return because I kind of need that money. But the they said they sent it, but you know how the government is. It says they sent it on the 23rd, but don't call us till the 28th. I think it takes them 5 days for it to freaking be deposited. Who knows? But see, because I'm still getting used to this. I get paid by I used to get paid daily. Once the load got in, I would get paid the next day. But I'm still getting used to this weekly pay mess, which is, to be honest, which is a pain in the royal keister. But I mean, hey, I still got a job. I'm still able to work. Health and strength. You know, Yada yada yada. But right now, I haven't left yet. I haven't even started my preach yet because I gotta have my coffee. That's what I'm doing right now. You're hearing me beat on the thing in the back. I need me a cup of coffee this morning. Where am I? I'm sitting a little north. I think I'm either south of Dayton, Ohio, or north of Dayton, Ohio. One of the two. And a TA truck stop, TA Travel Center. This part of it is kind of like a dirt lot, and I did a I did a short video. I got like 2 or 3 thousand views on it, which I love. Oh, then there's a Tesla big rig on the flatbed. Either I think it's got sold or got damaged or something, and that's why I was cracking up because a lot of these truckers are getting scared, but I'm not scared. We the truck's gonna take our jobs and all that. It's not. It's not. One, the technology isn't viable yet to be able to have a computer back into a dock, get the load, a computerized truck, the back in the dock, get the load, go down the road, stop at um, stop it somewhere to recharge or whatever. It's just not gonna happen. And then make it to the shipper, park, check in, you know, and get unloaded, and then move on to the next one. They don't have technology like that. It's gonna be a long time if it even happens. You know, that's the thing. It's gonna be a real freaking long time. So by that time, or if it even happens after that, you know, um, I'm gonna be long retired. In the way our country is and government's going, way China and everybody's going, we might not be here. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows? But until then, I might be I might have this channel. I might do me another one. That can't stop walking and oh, okay. Hey, Charles, what's going on, man? It figures someone gets to sip white henny this early in the morning. Must be nice. But hey, we're gonna be doing that soon. We're gonna be doing that soon on the cruise. I know that's right. Hey, Charles, did you see the video short I got on the Tesla truck that was parked next to it was parked a few spots down. What a piece of junk. Somebody either got in an accident or tore the poor thing up. It's a hot mess. But hey, I ain't worried about it. But I'll be ready to go in a minute. I need some coffee this morning. I love the fact that I looked and I was at 19 for StreamYard, the free StreamYard, 19 hours for this month. This month. So I've been flapping my gums for 19 hours and 35 minutes already for this month. Eh, You know, these are it's got to be some kind of record or accomplishment for me, you know, for 19 hours and 36 minutes. So I had to drop a $20, and to do the StreamYard part of this, to get that going. But I tell you, Mike, I was so excited. I got to jump back to my plants. I said I looked over there. So I wonder if what's happening with the daggone plant. And then I seen a little green sprigs. I was like, yo, Farmer freaking Darren. I'm a farming trucker. Can't stop farming, but love trucking or cooking or something. I'm gonna add me a little page. I'm gonna do another YouTube page, chronologizing my rise to YouTube farming on my truck. I'm like I said, I'm gonna give him a long tray right there. I've already got the pots at the house, so when these guys get big enough that I have to repot them, I already got the trays. And what I'm gonna do is try to get me some fresh pot and soil. I'm not getting anything from outside or whatever. I'm not trying to get them bugs coming in my truck. you know, trying not to have that problem. But who knows? We have to figure that out. But it's fun to see that I didn't start out wanting to be Farmer Joe. But watching other people and watching the challenges and checking that out, it just said, you know, maybe I should try that. Maybe I should. So again, that comes back to the fact that if you by your actions, if you grab one, you grab one. You excited for me? I appreciate it. I'll go find it. This is the fun part. But all right, let's get into our morning discussion. And a lot of times a lot of times you don't want to put all your business out there, but this ain't my business. I ain't do it, but it is my family. And I don't know if any of you guys have had this where you've had that one person, it's a sister or a brother that got away with everything, or that sister or brother was coddled their whole freaking life, and mommy, and your mother and father always looked out for them, but you had to be the responsible one. They were the irresponsible one, and they, you know, didn't learn life's lesson. Ricky Smiley had said on, a while back on one of his shows about how you got to let your kids go. You're not responsible after one point in their life to do anything for them. And I'm not saying that in a cruel way, but it's a lot of times you got to learn how to sink and swim. I had to make an adult choice when I turned 18. Either I was gonna move down to Atlanta, or I was gonna stay with up there in New York. And I had to think about it. I wound up becoming uh, homeless at one point. I remember I lost dang near 14 pounds. Because my father was searching for me. I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay in New York for a stupid woman, which was the dumbest thing I ever did. But I mean, my life wouldn't be what it is right now. So at one point, I decided just to go in the military. I was in the Navy. That's another story for another time. But you know, I took the long climb into becoming an adult. It still took a long time, but I did. You know, through the years, I've only had to actually go home and stay there after my divorce, and it was not. It was for the shortest period of time because I was like, I got to go. But my family, I'll just say it, my sister, she just been coddled her whole freaking life and got away with this, got away with that. Oh, and they kept on taking her in, and she was doing anything with doing drugs, doing this, doing that, and it gets frustrating because you're saying, hey, look at me, I'm the responsible one, I'm doing right, you know, I don't want to be here, you know, and I wasn't, I was driving when I got divorced. I put my whatever little bit of stuff I had in a closet with a lock on it, and I was on the road most of the time, and I would only come home for like 3 days. Then that's another story. But I remember my mother said, "Well, you need to start paying rent." I said, "Paying rent for what?" I said, I come here for what, 3 days? I could go get a hotel. I could go get a hotel, mommy. You know. But over the years, and all my trials and tribulations, I still became a responsible adult. But like Ricky Smiley said, it's like, look, at one point we gotta, like we gotta throw them out like they do with the chicks in the nest. They throw them out. You either gotta fly or die, sink or swim. And what am I saying by that? Well, when my father passed away, I really didn't bother with that side of it. But when my mother passed away, I knew that house was going downhill. And I'm just finding out right now, you know, the house was put in foreclosure. They couldn't keep the payments up. My niece has stolen the house from under all of us. I had my mother sign it over to her, and she didn't sell the daggone thing. See what you say? Yeah, exactly. My She stole the house from under us, but the big dummy didn't sell it. Didn't even make the mortgage payments. I don't understand. How stupid can you be? If you're gonna steal, do it. Do it. If you're gonna be a thief, do it the right freaking way. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a thief, do it the right way. But she didn't. And then left my sister in the house. And I mean, this is some made for TV movie or movie drama or Netflix type of stuff. I'm finding out that this freaking woman. Hold on, let me stop. I'm gonna stop. Let's take a pause first. Ah, dang it, did the wrong thing here. Uh, excuse me. While I'm talking to y'all, hold on. We're gonna take a pause. I need to do a inspection pre-check. Okay, 1053 24. Sorry, guys, but as you know, I am Captain Trucker Lot, so I gotta do this. My dumbass never remembers the trailer number. 517 5174. Okay, back to our story. She takes whatever money that she convinced my mother to give her, and then just takes off, leaves the house there, abandons the house. You know, my brothers and sisters, we could have took the house. You know, we either one of us could have bought it outright, or we could have had it fixed up, had a loan, had it fixed up, kept it in the family. Um, would have maybe rented it out or made it into an Airbnb, something with some common dang sense. Exactly. Wind up owing. Exactly. Some common daggone sense. But you're getting so greedy and not using common sense that I'm just finding out that I knew something was gonna go really bad with that house. So I stayed on my side of town. They turned my mother's house into a trap house. I didn't even, until Until my early 50s, I didn't even know what the heck a trap house was. That's so ridiculous. I didn't know what a trap house was. I remember you saying crack house, but freaking, you turned my mama's house into a trap house. What a piece of shit. Her daughter was she doing drugs. The daughter's doing drugs. The daughter, selling a body in that house. That's freaking ridiculous, dude. One of y'all that be preaching about God, you need to go talk to my sister. You really need Jesus. Unbelievable. And this is what my parents, my mother, I think she was just senile in the end. But even before she was senile, she just trusted my niece implicitly. And you know what it is when you're a bad parent, you do bad parenting things, you try to make it up with someone else. And that person sits there and lies to you, quote unquote, lies to you just to suck up because they know they're going to get something out of it that you think that you're redeeming. Guess what? This woman was still my mama. I had no hate in my heart for her. I just didn't talk to her, so I could show respect. But she was still my mother, bro. And that's the thing. Father was my father was my father wasn't he was worse than my mother, but he was still my father, still a parent, bro. Yeah, and like you said, I'm reading what you said. Walk away. Yeah, I had to a while ago. I had to a long time ago. And Charles, no, he knows I'm an emotional, I'm an emotional nut, so I have to walk away. I had to walk away, and I did walk away. And it's like yesterday. I was online just for the heck of it. I ain't had nothing to say, and I was sitting there just giggling. um. you know, bro. I never wanted nothing from my parents. I just wanted their acceptance. I wanted their love. And this is what you got. We have to understand as parents. If we can't give them anything in the world, we can give them love and even harsh love. You say, yeah, you got to sink or swim. I'll take you in for a minute, but you got to get back out there and do it again. And if you don't, you can come back. I'll take you in for a minute, but you got to get back out there and do it again. I'm not just taking you in and you going to sit in your behind smoking whatever and not doing no work and not working to better yourself. Because I ain't going to be here. I'm not going to be here forever. I need you to learn something. I need you to do something. I need you to be somebody. So that when I close my eyes, I can say, yeah, I might have been an effed up parent, but at least I pointed them in the right direction. Yeah, I might have whooped them and they made them a little demented in the head, but I pointed them in the right direction. The stuff that our parents did to us when we were kids was just considered way past child abuse now. But yep, exactly. My father was a dealer. I didn't even know that. A big time dealer at that. I'm just now finding out. And now here's I got stories for y'all. The When my father passed, my mother said that he wanted my cousin, who was his right hand man, to have his F-350 King F3. Let me say that slower. almost brand spanking new. It was only a few years old. F-350 King Ranch truck, pickup truck, long bed. I didn't have no problem with it because again, I didn't want no money. I didn't want nothing from them. But he still had a year or two on that truck. That payments were $1,000 a pop. My cousin tried to he took over the truck, but he didn't. He barely made payments because they were $1,000. Nobody said nothing. They struggled. He stopped making payments on the truck and then totaled the truck. $100,000 truck. He totaled it. Didn't this is that ghetto behind stuff. Didn't have full coverage. You're supposed to have full coverage on $100,000 truck. First of all, it's $100,000 truck. Don't drive the truck. If you're going to find a way, take out a loan, do something, make those payments. And here's the thing. If they would have just called me and said, "Hey, we're having problems making the payments," I said, "Okay, my credit's good now. My wife is good. I would have took over. I would have took over the payments, but that truck would have been mine. And then I would have made some payments to my mother to do the right thing, give her money for that truck. I would have paid that truck off, but that truck would have been mine. But they wanted to be the ghetto. You want to steal. You want to do. I would have parked that truck in my driveway, took out a small a loan, finished those payments, paid those payments, and worked out a deal with my mother to make her payments, and that truck would have been mine, and it would have been here. But my cousin took that truck, totaled it. It had no insurance on it. This is the drama that we have behind closed doors. We'll be on YouTube, we'll be smiling and giggling. Hey, watch my channel. Hey, but you don't know all this mess I've been through in my life. All this mess that happened in my life. Yeah, this is the stuff that's why my this is why I have a very small circle. I have two friends. One lives in Georgia and one lives in New York. That's it. Small circle. A small circle. And I'm not saying that to be negative online here. I'm saying that there maybe somebody might hear something and say, "Wow, I've been through that, and I can go through it, and I learned how to leave the phony baloney crap alone." Because again, even if, like, say for example, if my mother would have passed and they would have said yada yada yada, and who wants the house? I personally still, again, I didn't want it. I don't need it. I got a home. I would have told my sister, "Hey, my oldest sister loved my mother to death, irregardless of whatever." I would have said, "Look, give give it to Nisi, and whatever she decides, I'm all for it, because she's the oldest on my mother's side of the family, and I respect her judgment. Give it to the oldest and let her decide what we need to do." Even if she said, "Well, I think we should keep it, or I'll divvy up or whatever," because I know that's the person she was and still is. What happened to morality? What happened to doing the right thing? What happened to looking where you see, there's an unseen super force out there. There's something out there. And you think you're going to get away with stuff? That's all I'm getting at with this conversation. There's something out there. Somebody might think it's this, or some people might think it's that. I think it's God, capital God. But there's some force out there. You know, why would you do such a thing when you knew that person? My father loved that knucklehead niece of mine. He adopted her because she didn't have a father. And you're gonna mess up, even though his legacy is crazy. You're gonna make it look even worse. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the crazy part about some households that you think are normal because you see from the outside. If you'd have looked in my neighborhood and looked at our house, and you know, we lived in what in Amityville, New York, was called the new homes. They would never knew the homes were built in '67, but the name was the new homes. They weren't new, for Pete's sake. We had, we it looked like on the outside we had everything, but there was no food in the freaking house. I couldn't wait to get to the age of, where I could work because I would, and I literally would. I got a job at Burger King, and I didn't have a oh, hold on, I didn't have a bike. I would walk all the way to one end highway. I think it was like 2.5 miles. Walk to work and then walk back. And I remember in those times, I don't know if Burger King does it anymore. They would, especially during a rush, they would put the burgers and Whoppers and stuff in. You had a certain amount that you had to put up there. It could only stay there for 10 minutes. After that, it went in this big garbage can. I remember I would, I would act like I was throwing it away and, hide it in my apron and go to the bathroom and eat the Whopper or the chicken sandwich. And, I'd spend the night getting my fill of food. you know? Yep. Yeah, there's no. Uh, I see what you're right. Because I haven't started driving yet. Yeah, that inner voice. You know, the teenagers nowadays, especially like in Atlanta, boy, you see like a skinny little teen, but watch out, he might have a Mac 10, an AK-47 or something. They will shoot you with no impunity, and not even think twice. Not even think twice about it. There's no inner voice. There's no nothing that is preventing people from any form of morality, any form of no, I shouldn't be this violent. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. You know, it's sad. It's really sad. And you got these parents that say, hey, you know what? Instead of you just saying, hey, I did the best I can. I was an effed up parent. I'm sorry. Just say I'm sorry. I don't know what else I could say or do, but I'm sorry. I was selfish. I'm sorry. You'll never hear that. You know what I mean? You'll never hear that from a parent, especially an old school parent. Not even, not nowadays. Unless y'all both paying for counseling. You know, you'll never hear that. And I've accepted that I probably will and never hear that from anybody. Because they're gone. My parents are gone. I hold on to the cherished thoughts the nice thoughts, and then everything else I've let go. It might not sound like I let it go, but I've let it go. You know, and a lot of times we don't know how to let it go. Everybody, we got these gurus that say this is how you let it go. You just let it go. We even got songs, let it go, let it go. No, you know, nobody gave us a map to living right. The Bible points us in the right direction, but our father and our mother, this is one of their jobs that we don't realize is you're supposed to teach me how to live right. You're supposed to teach me how to be right. And a lot of times we're out there and we call this hustling. We're doing dirt out in the world, and guess who's going to emulate that? You doing crooked stuff to survive. Your kids are going to do the same daggone thing. You doing crooked crap, they're going to do crooked crap because they watched you do it. And their kids are going to do crooked crap because they watched you do it. But guess what? I did some dirt, but I didn't do major dirt. But I never let nobody else see that. And I tried to do and tried to be the best. I was proud, especially when my child was born. I would shovel doo doo to make sure he was okay. I was a security guard to make sure he was okay. I did whatever. I was willing to work in it. I remember one time I had a full three-piece suit on to get a job at a gas station, and I still didn't get hired. I would have did whatever except for being a criminal to make sure my son was okay. And that's what I, tried to do. I tried to live by that, and I still try to this day. I try to, I try and want to do the right thing. The wrong thing, and I'm too old for this mess. And I'm too old to be somebody's boyfriend in jail. I don't want to be, and I'm not going to be. But I'm just saying. And I'm not. It's not. I'm trying not to be negative, but I'm just saying we have to, especially with these kids nowadays. And Charles is here. That's why I love. Boy, you don't know how much I talk about you because I got so much respect. I said it in one of the things. That man brought up his child, and he's a child, but he's a that man F your behind his child will F you up, but he's mellow. He's just like his father. I'm looking we were walking in the woods, I'm all out of breath, and I'm looking at both of these fools. I said, yeah, that's his son. Because his son was literally out in the woods tracking. We were looking like, hey, Dad, this doodle over here has got hair in it, and I see a tooth. Something's out here. And I'm sitting there, I'm at ease because I know both of these fools are packing something. They got an armory in them backpacks. Because the good father's going to show his son how to survive out in the world and not be a criminal, not do these things. And that I have that utmost respect because I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And my wife was like, hey, we need to go back to that place. I'm not going back there without Charles and them. And you can laugh all you want, but I know I got Rambo and Rambo Jr. because when you teaching your kid the responsibility of being a man, even though I was never taught to be a man, hey, I read a book about it. I read a book about it. And this is what I'm getting at, to be, to say, look, we as parents, if you're gonna jump in that bed, remember the responsibility of what that entails. That entails for the rest of your life, you have to be a father figure to somebody, to be a positive role model. And sometimes when tragedy happens, you got to be there, and you have to be that rock. You have to be that that steadfast, unmovable rock, even though it hurts you to watch, to see whatever happens. That's the hard part. Is it so hard to do the right thing? Is it so hard to be the right thing? Think about that. Something that simple. Is it so hard to be a good person in 2023? Is it so hard to think about other people in 2023? Right now, yeah, that's my parents, blah, 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 blah. They're going, the house going. But I'm part of a 143-acre land trust, farm area. Literally, it's farm, but it's wooded now because it's overrun. They'll never parcel it out. I would have no problem if they parceled it out and I got 2 or 3 acres of land. I would lose my mind on YouTube. I would clear that land out, rent me one of them bobcats with that grinder on it, clear that land out, and you know, I'd plant something. I'd have something up there. I'd have a ball. But that property has been in my father's side of the family since slavery. The slaves have um the slave graveyard on that property. Literally, we don't look at our heritage. We don't hold tight to our heritage. We don't hold tight to 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 family. My family, when I was growing up, we never sat down. Every once in a blue moon, we would all sit down and eat. And I was never taught to not clink my teeth on the fork, and I would do that all the time. My father would get upset and storm off. But nobody ever taught me because we didn't sit down and eat together. But my best friend's family wouldn't. They would invite me over. I remember one time he had overheard it saying, Darren's a pig. He's always over here eating. No, I'm always over there because that's where family was to me. I wasn't being a pig, but that's where family was over there. You know what I mean? We don't understand and yeah, my parents were working all the time, but once in a while we could have did the right thing, but that's okay. Um, Once in a while something could have been said, but that's okay. It's okay now because I'm a father. You know, my son stays with his mother. I've tried to get him to step out. Now with the prices of apartments, he's helping her pay for our apartment. I was trying to get him on a cruise ship. He was gonna wash dishes on the cruise ship. To learn something. And I was hoping that he would have knocked out one of them Filipino girls. I want a grandkid. He could have sit there and said, that ain't my kid. I was like, look, let me talk to, get a fraternity, and you show me that that's my grandchild. That child gonna be all right after that. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing. It'll be the spoilest, rotten child you ever seen in your daggone life. I don't want him to get one of these hood rats, but it seems like these young men nowadays, because my 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 best friend's sister called me. She said, yeah, she's. I was telling her about my son. She said, I got one too. He he ain't step out there. Even his mama was like, I need someone to take him to the strip club. I gotta see if this boy, like women. Cause guess what? I had to do it myself. Took my son to the strip club. My pops took me to the strip club. You know, this we adults. We adults here. It's early morning. You know, this ain't made for kids. I sat there and laughed the whole time. They were trying to swing it. No, I'm good. Go over there. Cost me like $300-400. So I was like, oh, okay. He alright. He like women. He a little perv, but he like women. But I got a black geek. You know how that is. So, but I told I told my brother's my best friend's sister. She said, "Yeah, I need somebody to do that for this one. I need no, you know, I need that's why I was cracking up." Oh, hold on a second. I don't know. Every time I get start talking online in the morning, I gotta spit. It's embarrassing, but I don't know why. I'll be all over the place in the morning, guys. I'm sorry, but it seems to go back to being a parent. Um, we if we want to be better, we need to learn how to start doing better. You know, I've been getting on my son and said, "Look, you need to call me so I can help you learn, teach you how to drive. Next time I'm home, I'm gonna call this knuckleheads. Come on, come on. Let me start showing you how to drive because the kids nowadays don't have any drive. They want to know something, want to do something. I got to get back into my parenting role. You know, I got out of it because I was a lost soul. My daggone self for the last 8 years. I'm finally living right, doing right. So I could take a break from the lawnmowers and I got to get this boy. I got to call him up and hey, come on, hang out with your pops. You know, we sit we sit in the driveway, have a few beers, and talk about things. You know, that's that's the end result of what I'm really trying to talk about. Look, if you're a parent, let's start being parents. If you're an auntie or uncle, let's start being there. You know, being there for this new generation because you know they ain't got no morals, no concept, no common sense, no nothing. You know, it's crazy. You know, I'm still trying to figure this mess out. But it's the same thing. You know, I go back to I've never I've never grew something from a seed, and I got it in my passenger seat. I got sprouts coming out the daggone, you know, in my pods. I got sprouts coming out my pod. And my wife, she like, well, then you need to bring it home. I said, nah, these ain't coming home. You ain't killing these plants, brown thumb. No, no, no. I mean, after you harvest them. Oh, okay. Because like I was saying earlier, what I'm gonna do is I get one of them long plastic trays. I'm gonna balance the front with water bottles. You know, I always have like at least two cases of water in the truck anyway. Um, and I'm gonna get my big. I got empty, you know, potting containers. I'm gonna fill them up with potting soil, and I'm gonna put them in you know on my passenger seat, strap it down like I did, you know, and then you know I'm gonna just when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna have me like a little spray bottle of water. Hey guys, yes, grow bigger, grow bigger and stronger. And then I'm gonna do a video of me cooking with my jalapenos, cooking with my green peppers and my green onion. That's what the heck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have me a little separate channel. I'm trying to figure out the name. It's gonna be Can't Stop Something. Maybe Can't Stop Growing and Cooking. Cause you know, I mean, it's it's catchy. It's weird, but you know, hey, you'll never forget it. Um, but that is, I guess, it's like Frank Sinatra. That's life. You know, the weird parts and the bad, the good, the bad, and ugly. Um, it's. Oh, I forgot. I said I only had two friends. I got three. You know, a pastor. My, we're ex submariners. I from the Navy. He's a pastor now in Florida. Gospel Express Ministries. Oh, yeah, let me throw that plug out there. They're good people. Him and his wife are good people. I can tell him anything. And that's the only pastor I know I can tell him anything and not be judged. But he'll find some way to get God's word in there to let me know, oh, this, God, this is what God would help you with in this verse and that verse. And you like to have people like that you can go to that won't judge you and still tell you God's word and say, hey, you can do it. Hang in there. We as people need to understand that there's people out there. We have our walls up, we have our guards up. Somebody got your back. I know we can't trust people on YouTube. I mean, so many stories. We can't trust these people because everybody's out for self on YouTube. But, you know, self is okay, but you gotta maybe try to maybe lower the barriers. You're gonna find one or two people and we'll have your back. Think about that. It's possible. I'm not saying don't take my word for it. It's possible. I might be able to go back and look at this stuff now. The comments. I'm sorry I can't look at you, but if anybody's came in, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching this on the remix, appreciate you. Welcome, welcome in. But let's say this on a positive note. We can do it. You can be whoever you're gonna be. Like Dre Lachey was saying, I need to start working on my watch time hours and so forth. Watch my channel, watch my playlist. I'm building up my playlist, but your playlist and getting all the watch time hours is meaningless because once you make the 1,000 subscribers and the you got the watch time hours, but nobody watches your channel anymore. You got to have something to bring them in. You know what I'm saying? You got to have something that's going to that. I'm hoping that this morning talk will grow into something. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm having fun. I'm having fun confessing all my. I'm not. You're not going to hear the darkest dark secrets, but you're going to hear the kind of semi-bland colored secrets in my life. You know, 15 years ago, you probably would have heard my whole life story. No, I'm not telling you all that. I'll tell my closest friends and get their advice and keep it moving. But you could say that I'm saying this that you can, if I can get through it, you can get through it too. If I can deal with it, you can deal with it too. You know, that's the main thing I'm trying to get across here. If I can make it through and know you can make it through and know it's possible, that's the hard part of being an adult, with it, of being an adult. That's the sucky part of being an adult. Hey, Blue Chicken, what's happening? What's happening, mate? How you doing, there, buddy? I can see I got those type of glasses where I'm supposed to have bifocals so I can see it. I see the blue, I see the B, and that's all I see on your thing. I thought, I know, I said, oh, that's Blue Chicken. How you doing, buddy? um, you, it's possible to to make it through adulthood. And see, this is what gets me in trouble. Charles in here, and you can attest to this. I get yelled at for acting up when my friend is around. What I mean by that, I raise my voice. My voice is higher than normal because calm. I have a calm, with a like the dog whisperer. I have a calm, submissive voice around my wife because I choose to have that around my wife. But when my buddy is around, I'm throwing f bombs, f bomb this, and they can kiss my f a bomb that, and f bomb blah 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 because I'm at ease around my friend. We having beers and we drinking, and you don't do that in line. No, because I'm around my friend. We giggling and acting a fool and being beat at spades and everything else. You know that's because that's my friend. Well, you don't act like that. I don't like this person you see. I see. What you seen the same person? Well, I don't like him. I see. Well, and I'm thinking in the back of my head, there's the other parts I ain't never let you. I ain't never gonna let you see of me because I ain't stupid. I'm just saying. Just saying. I let you see the one that loves you. That's how I act. I let you see the one that respects you. That's how I act. You know, when I'm around my friends, you just happen to be there, and I'm cutting up. So I'm gonna be a little bit different on this cruise. I'm gonna be quiet around her. I'm like, well, what's the matter? Then she's gonna like, what's the matter with you? Oh, she was like, oh, you really want to know? And then it did. The child go, oh no 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 no. He go. That's my my what do you call it? I be bragging about you, bro. That's my steel sharpest steel. Here, oh no, don't do it. All right, I ain't gonna do it. You have to have goes back to the original question. Morals and concepts of when to shut up, when to act like you got some sense, learn how to act like you got some sense, learn how to act right, learn how to be right, be that person, and use your brain. If I speak up, am I gonna cause some trauma? I don't want no drama, so let me shut up. If I speak up, I'm gonna do this. I don't want this. Let me shut up. If I, let me, it's easy. Well, I'm talking like it easy, but it ain't. But it's possible. Let's say that it's not easy, but it's possible. It, you know, let's change the subject. I'm gonna go talk about the daggone trucking. You can always tell, and when you go to a mom and pop, especially these truck stops at the mom and pop, they are and well, actually, not even the other ones. They love to charge you to park. I don't get it. I was driving. I pushed the limit of. I think I had an hour left, and I remember there was a mom and pop coming up on my right, and I pulled in there, and I was about to park and go to sleep and not say nothing. I seen the sign. The sign said, "You owe yada 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 if you park here." I'm like, you. I said that sign wasn't there last time I was through here. Like you mother blah blah blah. So I just kept on going, and I found another parking spot. But it's a daily thing that um we gotta get used to around here. No, all across the freaking United States, but people don't care. That's why I leave early. I get on the road early. It's it's to get to the to get to the shipper and have time to depart before other guys start looking for stuff to park. Isn't that crazy? But you just wonder. It's like, yo, y'all are greedy. You come in and half the parking lot is paid parking. What kind of crap is that? If everybody thinks truck drivers make this big amount of money. No, I'm sorry. No, we don't. We don't make this huge amount of money. I mean, I ain't poor, but I'm getting by, but I don't make this big behind money. That's all I'm saying. For peace sake. But oh well. Oh well. But hey, it's still good to be alive, and that's all I got to worry about. That's all I got to freaking worry about. The, the only part is, I, I wish it's so funny. I'm looking, I see comments, and if you came in and I didn't say welcome, I apologize. I'm driving, as you can see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, but oh, let me go back to something on what I was saying. I have developed and understood the concept of yeah, because I'm all over the place. I'm gonna go back to something I was talking about getting the watch time hours and getting the views. I'm at a steady pace. I'm almost at the halfway point, and I'm very happy. Um, my strong points are my shorts that I'm doing. I'm loving that. My strong points are my I'm working on talking to you guys in the morning. Yeah, I'll be all over the place, but I appreciate y'all coming through and waking up because that's what I think I'll change it up. Wake up with can't stop. Wake up with can't stop walking. Y'all help me wake up, and I appreciate it. Um, I remember there was a point where I really didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be bothered with the world. I didn't want to be troubled with the world. And this is fun to me. It's fun to me. I woke up this morning. And I'm like, man, I'm about to turn over. I'm like, f this load and f the world, and I'm not getting up. I'm tired, and I was about to turn over. But then I was like, oh, I got to get up for my life. I said, let me get up. Let me sit here. Let me put my clothes on and brush my teeth, get the deodorant, so I don't be online being a stinky booty. So y'all, that I'd have to hit the stinky booty button. But let me, and it's actually making me get up every morning. Talking to you guys, because I would, boy, they were complaining, oh, you be in a sleeper berth for 14 hours. I look up, nah, I'm going back to bed. But now I'll be like maybe at the 10 hours sleep, sleep cycle, and then I'm up, or 11 hours, and I'm up. So y'all making me look like Super Trucker again. So I appreciate that. I thank you. I thank y'all for joining me in the mornings. Sometimes you gotta look at the little things. Sometimes you gotta look at the little things and appreciate and take a walk with it and talk with it, and you know, um, make that a part of your morning get together. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm being. That's why I like, I'm just thinking I need a vacation. I can't wait because we guess what, we're gonna do this morning talk. I'm gonna pay for the Wi-Fi on. Okay, you want to high beam me? I'm gonna high beam you right back. Thank you. I'm gonna pay for this Wi-Fi on the cruise, and we're gonna do a morning talk. That whole week I'm on that boat from the Carnival cruise ship Mardi Gras. So that's gonna be our morning. I'm gonna keep up with this. We go we're gonna tell you what we did or what we about to do or what we're gonna do. Because like I said, Charles here, what we're gonna find on the cruise ships, especially Carnival, they have this an adult type game show where all the adults go into one room. Is usually the comedy club. They close the curtains and they act the complete fool. And it could be from um, the the host, which is going to be the cruise director, to ask you guys to okay, the first group, the first person to come back up here, the first male to come up here in woman's panties, or the woman's panties and bra. And the last, one of like three ships back, no, two ships back, they was butt ass naked near the bar, switching their clothes and putting it on and running up to the front. It's crazy stuff. It's just crazy behind adult stuff like that, where they're making the cruise director makes his speech. If you get highly offended, you need to leave. No one below 18, you need to leave. You need to leave. We're about to have an adult we had to have adult fun. And I remember I'm African American, y'all know it, you see my picture. And there was one black woman in the group up there. And my wife was looking at me like I was looking at her behind. And I wasn't. I honestly wasn't. I was actually sitting next to this gay dude, LGBTQ or whatever you want to say, and we were having actually an honest conversation. He was telling me that he was cruising. He's been on 40 cruises and a 50 or some big behind number. And his sister and sister-in-law, and I was like, oh my God, y'all just live on these boats. And we were just having, I was like, what was he telling me the drink he had, and we just having this conversation. And yeah, I know y'all dirty minds. He was trying to hit on. No, he wasn't. I was just having just a conversation. Because I can talk to anybody. And I turned around and I giggled or something. I laughed at something. And my wife like, what you laughing at her? Because my wife's very jealous. So that's why when I told Charles, when we gotta find this, this thing. I'm gonna be sitting next to you, and I'll start looking at. I'm gonna be laughing because you're gonna be my buffer zone. I'm gonna be sitting next to you. You gotta keep me out of trouble. And we started laughing. That was the funny part about it. I'm gonna be hanging with you, so you keep me out of the trouble over here. Yeah. So that's the stuff that we do on the boat. But that's the stuff that we kind of have fun with or whatever. We actually have we're going to be in the spa. We're going to be in the spa section, which is you get to go in the steam rooms and the steam bath and stuff like that. I can't wait for that. I love that stuff. The older I get, the more vacations I need. I'm serious. I'm just saying. But these are the things. That's why I got all those things on my thing. Can't Stop Walking. We do the walking videos. But Love Mowing, got the mowing videos, and then But Love Cruising. It's a chronicle. These are the stories of my life. And we drive in a truck. I could split that off into so many different channels. Who knows? But right now, I'm just having fun where I'm at. I'm just having fun enjoying what I'm doing. If anybody's coming in, they say good morning, thank you for coming in. I'm hanging out a little late. You know why I'm hanging out a little late? Because now I pay for StreamYard. I pay for this mess. I can blah 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 blah. How y'all doing? Blah 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 blah. No, I'm just kidding. Oh boy, I'm a hot mess, ain't it? But we're heading north into Michigan. We're in Ohio. One thing about Ohio, if you're a truck driver, do not stop at these Ohio rest areas. DOT will come knocking on your door. Ain't that a hot mess? What the heck they come knocking on your door for? They'll do an inspection. You gonna do an inspection while I'm sitting in the back asleep. And no, I ain't answering the door. If I look out, no, I'm in my sleep. I ain't coming out there. I don't care what you say. But I know not to stop at the rest areas, the DOT rest, these rest areas, because they've been losing their mind. But thank God, you know, for winter almost coming to an end. Or hopefully, we ain't getting no more storms or whatever like that. You know what I mean? I'm good with that. Um, but now again, I'm jumping all over the place. But again, back to the growing of the hours. I'm staying steady with the morning broadcast. I appreciate y'all coming in so I can grow this part of it, working on my watch time hours. And again, we're almost at the halfway point. I'm working on my subscriber count, and I know that's a bad word. I'm almost at the halfway point. I'm going to do when I get more subscribers, some giveaways. I'm gonna figure out what I have to save up for it. No, I might save up for it, buy it, and then have like a giveaway or something like that to say thank you for hanging in there, watching, and so forth and so on. I don't know what, but I'm getting some more shirts. I'm getting some shirts made up. I'm gonna have new logos because I like that. I like that. That's the fun part. We was on the boat walking around with the can't stop walking. I got a new shirt, Charles. Let you know, I got a new shirt coming. That's next. Um, what else? Really not much more. Really not much more. Um, it feels good to be working and driving, and just know that my heart isn't heavy as it used to be. It's getting lighter and lighter. I even got some weight off it just telling y'all about this idiot making my mother's old home a trap house. Kind of mess. You know what I'm saying? What kind of freaking mess? Um, all I know is don't even come on my property. I'll call the cops. Oh, I'm your sister. No, you're not. Bye. Deuces. Peace out. um, Another thing, I looked on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna go see some of these guys. I'm gonna start. I got to start finishing my retaining wall this summer. So I'm at least try to buy 5 pieces at a time. I found one place they look kind of toe up. Um, the railroad ties. I'm gonna go over there. He's selling them for $8 a piece. If I can find a few that are halfway decent, some have part of it painted red. I'll just paint it black because the railroad tie, they're dark anyway. I might see if it's possible to paint it black. I need to finish fixing that wall. And another place in that area has them for $22 a piece. I need to finish that wall because someone's moving in next door. It's not my fault. It's been years of whatever. Railroad ties close by are like $40 a piece, which is unbelievably ridiculous. They're old, they're used, but you want to sell them for $40. You're greedy behind. That's ridiculous. $40, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna start instead of start trying to do. I'm gonna write a list of okay. Every time I come home, I'm gonna look this person up and say, hey, I need to come get some more railroad ties. I need to go buy. I haven't been by the horse manure place where I could get some compost to throw in my backyard, or while I need to go over there. That's another thing I need to. I need to put a list of stuff when I go home. I'm gonna be home for an extra few days. I'm gonna put this stuff together, pick up this stuff, and set myself up. I'm gonna be making videos about that. Set myself up for this stuff, and start making lists of stuff that needs to be repaired, stuff that needs to be fixed, and things like that. Stuff I like to get done this summer, and try to stick to it. But we'll see. But stuff that's not going to be overwhelming. But we'll see. These are the things that I'm trying to do, trying to get accomplished to better my house, to make my house look better. And and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna come to the stop, and the sun's starting to come up. So I don't need y'all no more. Yes, I do. I'm just joking. I just want to say thank you for just hanging in there, coming in and saying hello. Just let you know you guys are greatly appreciated. I have fun. We're talking and cutting up, and you know early in the early morning hours. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, Always know if you don't think no one loves you, God loves you, and I love you too. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow.